definitely a perfect recipe for the garden, for outdoor sports, not so much, but hey, I'm not bitter. I'm looking past that, Beth. It's okay. It's all right. We've moved outside. What a great property you've got here at Creekside.
Yeah, I know, eh? It's beautiful.
Yeah. What do you love about being a horticulturalist?
I love being around plants. I love taking care of them. They say that you are altruistic if you love taking care of plants. I love watching them grow and how they sort of take care of themselves and survive. It's really interesting.
So then two things must happen for you. You must shake your head when people can't keep things alive, like myself.
Not necessarily.
And pride yourself in being able to give me advice.
Yes.
So this doesn't continue to happen. We're talking about perennials.
Yeah.
What exactly defines a plant as a perennial?
It means that it grows every year. So it comes up from the ground every year and continues to grow.
Okay, and then the other type of plant?
That'd be an annual. An annual only grows, stays for 1 year.
Okay, so a perennial is something that you plant 1 year and then you kind of forget about it.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say forget about it, but...
I'd like to think that.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there a certain technique that you should use when you're planting a perennial?
Well, there's proper cultural habits to use. So we're going to take this plant as example.
What kind have we got here?
This is a coreopsis.
Okay.
And it flowers for a good long time in the season. So we've already pre-dug the hole to about the same level as the root ball. And then just carefully, gently jostle it out of the pot. Kind of like
Got
so.
it.
If you want to take the pot.
Sure.
And now we have some nice healthy roots right here. And there's a lot on the bottom and they're wrapping around the root ball. So what you want to do before you put it in the hole is just kind of gently break up the bottom of the root ball.
So why was it starting to grow around in circles like that?
Because it was in the pot for so long and has nowhere else to go in the soil, so it just starts wrapping around. So when you put it into the hole, it won't, and you break it up like this, called the butterfly effect.
Okay.
It won't wrap around itself more. It will go into the soil and make its new home.
Will the plant die if you don't use the butterfly effect?
It won't necessarily die, it just will restrict its growing.
Okay. So I noticed though when we're pulling it out like that, I hear some of the roots snapping a little bit.
That's okay. Plants are tough.
Are they? They're very resilient.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll grow new ones.
Are there certain types of plants that can pretty much withstand anything?
Sedums.
What are sedums?
Sedums are a type of succulent. They have very thick, heavy leaves. And you can basically rip a piece off, throw it in the soil, and it will start growing.
Okay, I need to invest in some sedums.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got your hole here.
Yep.
To what depth should you be digging the hole for perennials?
The same as the root ball.
Okay.
And then before you put the plant in, you always want to use bone meal for everything you plant. Trees, shrubs, perennials, annuals.
Why?
Because it is a good root starter. It's a natural root starter. It won't burn the roots. It has lots of nutrients in it so that the plant can start growing.
May I see it?
Yeah.
What exactly is bone meal?
It is it's a natural mixture of a little bit of nitrogen, a lot of compost, and a little bit of calcium.
Okay.
So what I like to do is put a bit on the soil that's going to go back around the roots. So it has a good...
Like so?
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
And then you place the plant in.
Okay, and you've actually took out those wings, if you will, and you're leaving them out on the sides, okay?
Exactly. And if you want to help me put the soil on.
Sure, yeah. Okay, and then how much space do you need to leave from one perennial to the next?
It all depends on how big that plant's going to be in the end, like its maturity.
Okay.
So maybe like 2 feet would be a general.
Okay.
Kind of depends on how close you want things together at the start.
Okay, and one thing to keep in mind as well is the heights that they will potentially reach, because then that will help you keep things symmetrical and looking nice, right?
Yes, something small in the front and then medium and high.
Okay.
And then the last most important thing to do,
of course, watering,
is water it.
So the nice thing is here at Creekside Gardens, they have between 7 and 8 horticulturalists working here, at least 2 on staff every single day. So if you have questions, they are here waiting to give you those answers. We're not finished here in Richmond. We've got more to come later in the show. Coming up after the break, your Byward Market Buzz. That's coming up in just a few on CTV Morning Live.